This video is about why your teacher is wrong about you. And there are 4 possible reasons why your teacher, lecturer, has the complete wrong perception of you and your capabilities. To find out what those reasons are, please stay tuned to this video. Welcome to the SCG Show, the home of education entertainment, and please do me a favour, if you really enjoyed this video, smash that like button, I would really appreciate it. When I was at school and briefly at university, I dropped out. I noticed some teachers got on really well with me and some just hated me. I was never really a bad person or a bad student. I never misbehaved. I never went to the principal's office or headmaster, and I tried to always be respectful and a good person. But I noticed that no matter what I did or how good my grades were, some teachers just never warmed to me. Teachers throughout my life have said the following, and I'm paraphrasing. They've said, SCG, you're never going to amount to anything. SCG, I worry about you. You're very stupid. SCG, you're never going to accomplish anything worthwhile. SCG, you're an idiot. SCG, no one is ever going to want to hire you. SCG, you're going to struggle to get a job. SCG, you're never going to have a business or even start one. SCG, I look at you and I worry. You're going to struggle in life. I asked a couple of self-made millionaires and people who are at the top of their fields what their relationship was like with their lecturers and their teachers. And funnily enough, they heard similar. My teacher told me I was too stupid, said my good friend, who is a top surgeon in his field. My teacher said I was going to end up in prison, said another person who runs a multi-million-dollar construction company that he started. One of my teachers said I should never have been born, said by a mentor of mine who is, at this moment, one of the wealthiest and most successful people I've ever met. Look, I am not saying all teachers are awful and generalizing, but perhaps if you have heard similar, horrible taunts, horrific words, they may have stuck with you for a long time, and you may be working hard now to say, I'm going to prove that person wrong. I know those taunts and those horrible words stuck with me for a very long time. And here is why, in my own opinion, your teacher, no matter what they've said about you, no matter how they've tried to bring you down, this is why your teacher is wrong about you. Now let me be clear, I'm not making a video bashing teachers. I think they are fantastic and essential workers, especially in recent times. But like in all jobs and careers, you're going to get some lowlifes. And those who cannot do, teach. Meaning that those can't usually handle the big bad world, or they failed in business, and so on, return to where life all started for them, school. And bitter and miserable about the world, they let their negativity and failures hang around them like a cloud. A man I know used to work in fashion, designing and selling women's clothing. He lost it all to competition, and he had a really out-of-date model. Without a clue what to do next, he decided to give up working in business, and he wanted a steady job as a teacher. He said, it's a steady job, income's alright, vacations, it suits me, was what he told himself. He started teaching business studies at a school near where he lived. However, the minute he started his job, he became a miserable tyrant. He saw the fresh faces of young people all dreaming to be entrepreneurs, and he stared back at them with a face of thunder, jealous of the enthusiasm, jealous of that entrepreneurial, youthful spirit. And like a monster, he swore to destroy their confidence. Business is tough, he'd say. You study it, but you're never going to make it, he would regularly scream. Fast forward 10 years later, a young man who was previously a student walked into his classroom. He was in a nice suit, and he looked like a successful businessman. The grumpy teacher looked up and recognized it was an old student of his. And the former student said, you said business was tough, we weren't going to make it. Well, I did. I just came here to tell you how wrong you were. I run my own recruitment agency. Meanwhile, you're still here, miserable at school, bringing kids down. I feel sorry for you. That teacher waved the white flag. He decided to let out his disappointment on young kids. Your teacher who hates you cannot do what you do. They lack that belief and confidence that you may have. They hate what they cannot understand. Do not let it derail you from your goals, ambitions, your dreams. At all. Are you enjoying this video? If you are, please hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. Number 2. Teachers are bullies. Ironic, right? They can be toxic, narcissistic, sociopathic, or worse. But ultimately they get a kick out of being in control and tyrannical. You cannot stand up to a teacher because you're going to get punished. You cannot call them out on their behavior to their face. You cannot do anything. You're kind of defenseless in school or whatever. These miserable people get a rise out of bullying people like you. Trust me. I knew a young girl who was a straight A student. So smart, polite, sensible, hardworking. No matter what subject she did, she was good at. But then she got a new maths teacher who bullied her. Regularly made horrible comments towards this student. Made her do chores that were degrading. Picked her out as the only one and embarrassed her regularly. Her parents couldn't work out why was she bullying her. She was a good student, well behaved. So they spoke to the principal of the school and eventually had a meeting. The principal asked, "No other teacher complains about this girl's and her grade is good. What's going on?" The teacher who bullied her, when confronted by the principal, had no answer. It turned out she just picked on the girl for no reason. Literally no reason at all. She just thought, I don't like her, I'm just going to do it. How absurd. Ever since meeting and getting a warning from the principal, this maths teacher changed. She became more polite, made more of an effort, even gave her favoritism. Your teacher's wrong about you because possibly, and most likely, they're just a bully or narcissistic. They just enjoy this false sense of control that they have. You also possess a quality they could never have and are envious of it, and therefore their response is to belittle you. Just ignore it. Now, contrary to what you've been told, teachers are often sadistically intimidated by students for many reasons. Here's some scenarios. A student could be very attractive, could come from a very nice, good family. Student may be very popular, very, very smart, could be physically bigger and, aesthetically muscular, very fit, very confident. A student may not be educationally challenged enough. A student may see the teacher for what they really are, a narcissist. A student rightly stands up for themselves, the classmates, what they believe in for personal reasons, sometimes religious reasons as well. When that happens, the teacher is defenseless and resorts to the only thing they can do, bullying, name-calling, and detention. They're wrong about you because you possess something they don't have. And that probably is belief above everything else. Your fresh face, you believe the world is at your fingertips. You want to go out there, face the world. You're ready to try and fail at things. You have goals. You're excited about life. The teacher is almost like a scared mouse in comparison. The world in their eyes chewed them up and spat them right out again. They wave the white flag to surrender. Your teacher has and will not ever admit that to you or anyone. Therefore, their tactic is to try bully you into submission. Convince you the world is nasty, you're not going to survive it. Tell you're doing something worthwhile, that it's pointless and a waste of time. Realize that you've got to conform to this weird, strange, limited way of thinking and living. And the whole point of this video, and this point is just please don't. They have no right to tell you how to live your life. Sooner or later, school ends. It's up to you afterwards. Their job is very simply put to teach you about a subject. That's all. Remember their role. Here's the final reason they're wrong about you. They're fools. Simply put, they're naive, immature, toxic, therefore foolish. Anyone who's anyone could become a teacher. A guy I know gave up a job in banking to become a science teacher. He had no idea about science, yet he teaches it. I'm just winging it, he said. I have no idea what I'm doing, is what he tells people. And naturally, when fighting with students, they call him out on his BS. Never argue with a fool, because from a distance, you can't tell who is who. There are people who are mentally pigeonholing their students as failures, when if you mentally pigeonhole your teacher as a fool, why take what they say seriously? There are people 20 years after leaving school still thinking about these horrible moments and things teachers have said. Personally, I use it as inspiration. When I'm lacking motivation to work hard and grind, I think back to the foolish teachers and what they said. And I smile knowing they're probably still stuck at a school trying to destroy many more future kids' lives. Once you leave school, you're going to come across many more fools in your life. Your boss, an ex, co-workers, friends, strangers, and so on. Get used to the fact that people are just going to hate for no reason. Be comfortable with it. We all want to be liked, but show me someone who's liked by everyone, and you will see someone who's wrong. Ultimately, your negative teachers are just people, and soon when you move on and go on to achieve great things, which you will, you'll pull up next to them one day at a red light or at a cafe or somewhere, and you're just going to laugh. I have done this countless times, and you shall too, and it's a great feeling. Thanks for watching.